Yo, 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 yo. Alright. We're having some technical difficulties, but we're trying to figure this out. Um, alright, let's see where we at. I hope you lot are having a better day than me right now. Um, Trying to get hold of Skrribbz, who is about, but for some reason can't send me his Skype address. I'm not sure what's happening with that. But before we even get to that, let's check if the stream is on the right thing. Check if the stream's working properly. Okay. Alright, cool. So the link is working properly. That's cool. I'm happy with that. As long as the link's working, we can sort everything else out. Apologies for the lateness. Some people say I'm always late. I say it depends on your perception of what being late means. Um, nope. I'm gonna message him now. Basically, oh god. Alright. Yo, Skrribbz. Apologies for the spelling mistake. I'm kind of like in a rush right here. Let me see if I can find you by just typing in your name. Let's try this one. Nope, that's not the right one. Yeah. But while I'm waiting, yeah, this is the thing I forgot to do last time, which I was supposed to do. Yeah, I'm supposed to do like the promotion stuff in it, like big things up and sell things and whatever. So I'm not even wearing a hoodie. Right, we got This Is My Hustle hoodies for sale. You can go to thisismyhustle.shop, grab one of them. I also got my new album. That's it. Focus right, mate. Creature from Beneath the Mainstream, hard copies out. Now, man, go get you one of them. You can get those from the This Is My Hustle shop. Same price, £12. And I also got these still, man. I've also still got It Would All End in Tears. So those are at the shop. Go on, yeah, focus, man. I look good there as well, right? Man, I was in shape that day, but I didn't really know it. Who knew what lockdown would do to me? But yeah, so you can go get those, man. Um, Let me try and get hold of. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. That's all I needed, bro. Uh, Here we go. We are almost there, people. It's almost that time. So we're gonna have Skrribbz. Maybe, kind of. There we go. Oh, you got so many pages for, bro. These hustlers. Yo. We are. I swear, yeah. I've never had this many issues like trying to set up before. Like I was just like, I don't know what's going on. So let me sort this out so people can actually see you. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Man's in the building.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm cool, man. I swear, yeah. Like the last, obviously we haven't done, I haven't done the show for a while, right? So getting back into the swing of things, I'm like trying to figure out what does what and everything, and things are just messing up. That's cool, but I got it all sorted. Today I was ready. Today I did start a bit late. I'm not gonna lie, so I was running a little bit late, but I weren't bothered because I was like, nah, everything's patterned. It's all gonna be good. And then literally, I've gone to message you, and my WhatsApp just isn't working. Like for some reason, it just won't. I'm sending messages to you, and it's acting like my phone's not on, Wi-Fi is not working, or something. I'm just like, what is going on? Then I've gone to just go live just to go, yo, people, we're here. And for some reason, it's gone unknown error, can't stream. I'm just like, are you taking the piss?
Hey, I'm here, bro. I am the unknown error. That's basically it. That's what happened. You shouldn't have asked me to come on your first show back, bro. You should have put me at the end of the week when things get a bit easier.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy, man. It's crazy. Nah, I couldn't have put you at the end of the week. That's Friday the 13th. You know Friday the 13th is going to go mad.
You know it.
Yeah.
You know it.
All right, guys, in the live chat, man, give me some messages. Let me know you lot are here. It's always good to kind of get that little bit of feedback. Let you know what I mean. If there's any problems, you let us know, man. So, bruv, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm not bad. It's not bad. You know, I'm just sort of getting into the swing of things of this new lockdown. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
It's
actually.
like every,
I think the
God.
last time I spoke to you was in the middle of the last lockdown. Well, not the last time I spoke to you, but the last time
Yeah.
we had a longer conversation was the middle of the last lockdown, and you were getting ready to shoot the video with Dialect,
Yeah, that's right.
and that
That's
came
right.
out looking hard,
Yeah,
smashed it.
bro, that was easily the sort of the most thought out sort of planned video that I'd done in terms of like because I did that. Do you remember when I did that video with you, the cinematic one?
Bro, I love that video. We're gonna get to that in a second, but yeah,
Yeah, honestly, yeah. So like I said, but back to the dialect one, yeah, like I said, it was the one where I'd gone, right, okay, cool. If I'm gonna shoot a video of this kind of caliber, I need to make sure that the location suits the vision I have in my head. Do you know what I mean? So it was about just going in and doing my homework in that sort of sense and working out what would be best for the shots.
it's funny as well, yeah, because obviously, like when I do these kind of these interviews, I always like to kind of see what they've done in the past and stuff. And obviously, we've done a few videos together, and I was like, let me check. I was like, raw, we've actually done quite a few. We've done like 4 videos, right?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
That's nuts. And then I actually forgot about the cinematic one. I forgot all about that video, yeah. And I just watched it back today and was like, that was one of like my favorite days, man. Like it was just
Oh,
so fun.
bro. That was so sick. There was so much that went into that that people don't know. Like because when people watch a video, they just see the finished product,
Yeah,
so they don't see like the build up to that. I mean, I had to go through a whole thing where I had to do like a casting,
yeah,
like for about was it about a month or two prior. So I was looking for a specific old lady between a certain age and an old man within a certain age, and then I also had to then work out who suited as a couple,
yeah.
and then basically orchestrate the whole video around them. So you know, and that's basically it. Kind of went smoothly. You know what I mean?
It was sick, man. It was sick, and I think like even just the whole look of it, the way it went together, and another thing as well. Like for those who don't know, I shoot and direct music videos, but the way I shoot and direct music videos is really like I'm run and gun with it. And this shoot wasn't really a run and gun shoot. This was a shoot where we had to kind of be a little bit more methodical, a little bit more thoughtful in the shots and the way we got it. But luckily, like the actresses and actors were so on point. We were just getting the shots that we needed. And then when I went back, I was checking the footage. It
But
was just
shout
like,
out Tony, bro. Shout
hey,
out Tony. He was sick.
Killed it. Killed
Bro,
it.
that bit, I swear to God. If you haven't seen it, if anyone hasn't seen that video, make sure you go and check it out. It's called "I Can Be Your Lover." It's on YouTube. You can find it there. Honestly, like piece of art.
It's sick. It's sick. And it also as well, it kind
Bro,
of makes me
the
rethink.
one swan. Do you remember the
The
swan,
Swan,
bro?
yeah. Those swans were on job, you know. I swear, their swans are trying to rob us, man. London swans are some different shit. Like, them swans were on us. But so let's kind of like break this down, your career down, because for those who don't really know you, you've been doing this for quite a while, and
Long time.
I think like you're kind of a different artist in the way you approach music, the way you've always approached music. So how did you get your start? Where are you from? Where are you from? And how did you get
Oh,
into the
so originally I was in terms of where was I born and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
or in
yeah.
terms of music. So I was originally born in West Brom.
Okay.
But I'm kind of from like a mixed family. Like my mum and dad are both Scottish, so I'm like half Scottish. Like my dad's side, like my great granddad was Polish, but his
See.
side was all from like Derby, and then we moved down south. And obviously then I got, when was it? So moved down south, and then from the age of 16 I found music,
See.
and then music took me to like I left Cornwall when I was like 17. I used to work away, and then it was a case of when I got signed, sort of late teens. I just ended up. I was off to London.
So let's again kind of rewind that because you got signed at a young age, yeah? So what led you? How did you end up getting signed? Who were you signed to, and how did you find that situation?
Wow. So basically, obviously, Channel AKA or Channel U back in the day, you know how it was back then. Like for artists, if you wanted to be on Channel U, you had to like send a video of like a music video, and then it would get judged and stuff, and whether it would be like suitable for the channel. I shot one video when I was 16. No, I wasn't 16. I was 17, 18, I think I was. I shot a video and I sent it off. The song was called The Sunday Feeling. Yeah, bro. I swear to God, at the time, yeah, this video, when I look back at it now, is fucking horrible. It's so bad, bro. I can't believe I was in a position where I thought that was hot at the time. It even had like some of the effects on there. We had like this, it had this like glitch effects with like electric,
See.
yeah. And, and the guy, like, he's actually like he done another video for me, and we'll get onto that like after. But the person when he done this sound, he left the actual sound over the tune.
Oh shit.
So it's like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
like, you can't do that. You can't do that. So yeah. So anyway, so that actually didn't make it. I got a email to say that hadn't been successful. I was like, that's it. I'm over.
Yeah.
It's done. And then I went on and basically redid the process about a year or two later, and I was successful. That was it.
See, so I always feel like, see, this is another thing about you, yeah. I feel like when people get into music, there's you and one other artist, yeah, but this other artist hasn't really kind of come as far as you, but he's been doing it for a long time. But there's not many artists that I look at, and I feel like they're making music, and they're trying to blow. They're making music for like mainstream music, mainstream sounding, mainstream looking, and kind of coming with that polished sound. Is that like, because I always feel like a lot of artists kind of not even stray away from it, go the opposite way when they start. They're always like, nah, they're trying to be underground and trying to go raw. But you've always come with a polished sound. And ever since like the first time I saw your videos, they look like, regardless of whether you like them now, you can look at them and go, right, they look expensive, innit? Like, and you can see the vibe. Like, to me, that's some chipmunk, oopsie daisy type. You get me? Like, whatever Tinchy was doing, them, like, to me, that's in the vein that it looks like. Everyone else is doing videos in a car park, and you're coming in with studios and even the sound. So when did that start, and was that always the process or always the goal?
Well, basically, it's like this. The way I look at it, if you want people to take your music seriously and professionally, you've got to take it seriously and professionally. It's like you can't, you know what I mean? You can't polish turds. You can try your best, but at the same time, it's like you know, you've got to put in what you want out of it. So that's basically how I do. And I don't approach music in the sense of like, oh, I need to you know, I need to create something commercial or mainstream. But the way I look at it is, you're trying to, when you create a fan base, you don't want just a niche fan base. You're trying to cover like a whole wide demographic, which means, let's just say that someone doesn't like your song,
Yeah.
yeah, but you've got a fire video, you've got
Yeah.
a sick video, and there's something in that video that resonates with that person. That means that what you're creating isn't just a song, you're creating it as a whole masterpiece. So
Yeah.
it's a visual aspect as well as audio, and that's just where my sort of intentions lie, in the sense of when I'm writing a song, I'm envisioning the video as well.
See.
So it's all one process for me.
How did you go from being a young artist and working with a label, or working with people that are kind of involved in your music? How did you go from there to then becoming more independent, and how did you find the transition?
So when I started, it was very basic. The people who I knew in music was like very, very basic. There's only been one person who I've basically stuck with, in terms of like, you know, we just gel from like the first day in terms of music, and we've stayed that way. And that's my friend, like Kanyes. Like, not many people know, no one really knows him, but he's like, I always call him the greatest talent you've never heard, because he's one of these. He prefers to be talented, but in silence. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So with him, working with him, he was doing certain things when he was making music that he was used to encourage me to do.
Right.
And then so like that kind of sort of molded me behind the scenes. And you know, like when I was sort of you know, when I sort of got signed off the back of being that, the transition was crazy, because I went from basically having no idea about what the industry was like at all, to then bombing straight into the thick of it. I'm in Shoreditch, I'm in the Channel AKA offices, I'm seeing like artists that I've seen on TV that I idolize, you know, like from that sort of angle. And yeah, it was crazy, bro. You know, like after you get past the sort of the starstruck kind of moments, you know, then you realize that that's what you're part of now.
Yeah.
So it is very, very, it's eye-opening. It's very eye-opening. I think I do prefer being independent now.
Yeah.
Because when I was with the label, when they were doing everything for you, you don't learn how to do that yourself. True. So then if you're in that position where you're with a label, if something happens like it did with me, and you know, the label goes bust or whatever, or in my case, the CEO, Darren Platt, we'll talk about him in a minute. When he passed away, you know, everyone involved with that label at the time had to then go and pursue their own careers. And if it was at that moment, I knew I need to learn about this shit myself. And that's basically how I got to where I am now.
All right, so take me to that time, yeah? So you're doing your thing, you're on the label, things are going quite well, and obviously you're expecting things to carry on the way they're going. Then you get the news, it's all going a different way. How did that happen? How did that affect you, and how did it affect other people in the label? To seeing it kind of fall up, not even really fall apart, but just kind of stop.
Well, do you know what? It was a lot of it. What people don't realize is like Darren Platt, when he was alive, and he was like, he was heavily involved with the you know, the music industry from behind the scenes at Channel U, like as the CEO. He gave so many people a voice and an opportunity from positions where people had talent, but they didn't have the tools or the platform to be able to showcase them. Yep. He basically gave us that. Like, he gave us that. You know, like, to be honest, for me, being in, you know, like being or living in a town like this, like where I live in Newquay, it's like, you know, it's a graveyard of dreams, bro. There's nothing going on here, like, especially when it comes to music. So, yeah, like it was mad, you know. So when I went there, you know, he done a lot. He done crazy stuff for a lot of us. So then when he did die, he sort of gave the label up beforehand, and he sold it to Universal.
Right. Okay. I didn't know that, man.
So yeah, he sold Channel U and Channel AKA to Universal, which then made it So it cut ties. So now it was no longer like, oh, the people who were signed to 360 Records, you know, the likes of, you know, like Devlin left us and he went to Island Records. But the likes of like Lethal B, Criminal, Marga, you know, you know, and so on and so on. I mean, there's even people, do you remember like Imperial Squad?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Imperial Squad, like Code Red, Kane Rame as well. Like he was like a million. Like people don't know about Kane. Like Kane was like the Justin Bieber of Channel U.
See.
The guy had millions and millions and millions of views, and you know he had the kind of like the world at his feet. And then obviously when the label and AKA sort of drifted off, that was it. You know.
It's funny actually because if you think about the business model, it would almost be like imagine Spotify starting a record label. And you know what's funny as well? Like I was listening to Steve Stout, I think it was Steve Stout, and he was having an interview with Russ, and he was saying how the music industry were pissed off at MTV because they didn't realize how big music television was going to be and how much it would take away from what they did. And I don't think the music industry realized how big Channel U was going to be. And I feel like, again, that's why they obviously, with an opportunity to buy it, they would buy it. And he was also saying about how now Spotify, they have a clause in their title, a clause in their contract, because obviously Universal, Sony have bought into Spotify, so they're now investors, and they have a non-compete clause, meaning that Spotify cannot start a label because of what we've seen already, what we've seen happen. So the idea that you can have a platform where you control, like everyone's coming to you, and then you put your own artists on. Imagine that. Imagine you were signed to Spotify right now. You'd be the biggest artist in the world in the day after.
Right, it's mad. It's mad. But the thing is, the problem is with it though, it's because the label owners, the people who have been doing this stuff like for years, way before Spotify or anything like that, the reason why they don't like anything like sort of Channel U or Channel AKA in a sense is because it was giving people from an independent standpoint a platform, which means they don't make any money. And they hate that. They hate that. The last thing they want is an artist to be doing well for themselves without them making a quick penny on it as well, or should I say a big penny? Do you know what I mean?
I was just reading about so Parliament at the moment are about to have an inquiry on streaming money. So they're trying to it's nuts.
No.
So like they're trying to figure out and you know what's nuts? Obviously, we know that streaming doesn't really pay. But you know what's crazy? So out of the streaming money, artists get as little as 13%. 13% of the money that you make isn't coming to you. So when you think of that as like, if you were signed to a label and the label said, yo, we're going to give you 13%, you'd be like, nah, fuck you. But as independent artists, that's what we're getting from the streaming platforms, which is, to me, is crazy. So I want to say, actually, if you're an artist, I'm going to put this up on my other socials as well, but if you're an artist, go and find out. I'm going to put the link up. Go and find out, because you can put evidence in towards this inquiry. I think we've got up until Monday to do that. And it's funny how I feel like it's about to change on so many different levels. I feel like just business, politics, all that is about to change, and music is definitely one of the things, because artists are so used to getting fucked and not even being like, yeah, that's it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting here getting 13% of what I get. That's
bro. If you think about it, I remember. I think when I was, like I said, back then, I remember having a conversation with Darren, and it was basically talking about percentages and stuff. And I remember, do you remember like Pass Out?
Yeah.
By Tiny Temper, bro. Do you know he made like 10% of that tune?
It's crazy, man.
Because if you think about it, so when you're when you're signed, normally you're in a 50-50 deal straight away with the label owner.
And that's
right?
a good
deal. So you're already down for 50.
Yeah.
Right? So you're already down 50%. Then you work with a producer.
Yeah, that's they're taking out 50.
right? That's another 50.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's just say that it's not your tune.
Yeah.
Let's just say you got someone who writes a hook, and then you've got X amount to them as well, and then you're there down there with your 13%, bro.
It's
With
nuts.
your 13%, like, oh, and that's it. Tiny Temper, the face of that tune, boom, 10%.
It's crazy, man. And I feel like, yeah, I just feel like we're so used to that, but it has to change. Kanye was going on about it a couple of weeks ago, and he posted his contract. He posted his contract, and then they took it down. But someone sent it to me, sent me the link for his contract. I was reading through it, and it's just like, yeah, if it's absolutely crazy, man. It's in business. In any other business, you'd be like, nah, I'm not doing that. But for some reason, in music, it's just commonplace, man. So as far as like you becoming a more independent and doing your thing, you've been consistent, but you've also taken breaks as well in what you've been doing, and it's recently you've come back strong. But there was that break. What were you doing in that time, and what made you come back to music?
Females.
Oh shit.
Females. Bro, I swear to God, on my life, I'm not even joking. 99% of my whole life troubles ever in existence have involved a female of some variety.
No comment.
But do you know what it is? It's not, bro. It's not even the thing. I'm not even saying I hate women. It's not even that. It's more of like when you have your own goals and your own sort of aspirations and you're growing as a person.
Yeah.
A lot of times people have compromise.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, and I'm quite a compromising person. My problem is sometimes I compromise a little too much, and I come off focus of what it is that I'm here to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always said, you know, like the one thing that I'm here for above all is music and to be creative. Right. So a lot of the times, when I sort of drift away from that, you know, i.e. compromising as a young person when I didn't really know how to juggle the two properly. Yeah. You know, like it kind of, you know, you sort of, it affects me as a person. Like if I'm not making music and I'm not being creative, it affects me like mentally, like genuinely does. So basically that's what happened. So when I was taking breaks, you know, I was taking breaks and also thinking like, oh, it's all right, I'm fine. But then the whole time really I wasn't fine because I wasn't doing what I loved. You know what I mean?
It's funny that, man, because I've been doing music my whole, I say my whole adult life, but I've been doing music my whole life. Just when I became an adult, it became more of a professional thing. But I remember going through a time, especially when you are younger and music isn't a money maker, so people don't see it as a valid career path. So you come up against, I remember being like around when my daughter was born and being in the situation where it's like money has to get made, but at the same time, I'm Genesis Elijah, innit? Like I just put out Death on Road, like, you know what I mean? Like, and so, but it's like the buzz don't match the money. So I remember one time, one of the maddest things, I was like, I had to go meet my manager. And I've gone to meet him, and my phone's died, right? And this is the time where you still had pay phones. And I've gone to meet him, my phone's died, I can't get hold of him. So I've gone to get some change for the phone box, and I'm trying to put money in the phone box, yeah? And I'm broke at this time. Like, I'm talking broke. So for me to put £1 in the phone box, yeah, is a thing. And I put £1 in the phone box, and I'm trying to get through to him, can't get through to him. I'm pissed off, yeah? And I've slammed the phone down, and I've walked out, and a car's driven past playing my music. And I'm just like,
let's go.
I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, but I'm so angry, I can't even enjoy it. I'm just like, man, this ain't fair. Like, people are going around playing my music. At the time, my album was popping, but I'm dealing with everyday life, everyday struggles. I still got to work. I still got to come home and be like, yo, put food on the table. Where's the money coming from? And it's super hard unless you have someone who's really supportive and being like, you know, I got lucky because the really and truly the CD sales on the road helped me. My album did nothing for me. My album didn't give me a penny. But it wasn't until I lost my deal and was like, what am I going to do, and sold CDs, then it all changed. But it is really hard when you have to compromise and not do that. And I had a 3-year period where I wasn't making music because of that, because I'm like, I really want to make music, but I can't because I've got a kid to feed.
Bro, the working side of things, I can't tell you, like, for me personally, I mean, I know a lot of people do it and it is part and parcel with me, but to me, there's nothing more demoralizing than working 9 to 5, yeah, doing something that isn't what I want to do. Because I'm on this thing where it's like, where in life, you're here for yourself. Like, you're here to build your own dream. Why am I gonna work 40 hours a week, 9 to 5, to build someone else's dream? Like, I've got my own dreams.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that was the hard thing for me growing up, to the point up until literally recently, until last year or something like that, when I've honestly looked at things and gone, right, okay, cool. That's why I started the media company, J Visual Media, because I knew that my best bet in terms of doing something work-wise that's slightly out of music is doing something creative still. Because I kind of see it as the same thing. Like, I see music very much like doing videos as well.
That's
the way you edit it, everything. It's very similar.
And that's the same reason why I started my company. It was in a situation where it's like, well, if I can't make money from music, how can I make money and still be in music? And luckily, it just kind of came together, and it was what it was. And at the time, it was really important because even though it wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough money to allow me to do what I wanted to do during the day and enjoy my music, and being in a mind state where you're not worrying about the bills because they're sorted, but you're also not worried about spending time doing something you hate. So it's definitely a blessing, and that's another thing I teach young people as well about being in the music industry. There's so many different avenues to make money in the music industry. You don't have to be in front of the camera. You don't have to be the rapper. You can do. Come on, man! I'm doing interviews right now. There's so many different ways where you can build your brand, build your platform, and help others.
Facts. I mean, and if all else fails as well, you just go and film yourself doing some crazy shit and just take the shortcut. Just sell out straight away. Just go and do something crazy. Run in the street naked, rapping or something, like, guaranteed 1 million views, guaranteed.
Do some 6ix9ine shit.
Bro, it's crazy. Like, his whole career has been a troll, and it's like take away all of the stuff to do with him being a snitch and all that. Yeah. Take that out of the equation for a second. That guy trolled himself into stardom. Like, I didn't even know who he was, and then I just saw this guy step up, and I was like, what is this bag of Skittles doing on my fucking TV? Like, who is he? Like, I was like, why does he look like that? Like, what? Look at his hair. Look at his teeth. Like, what is it? Like, and it got me annoyed, right? And then, after months and that of being annoyed at this guy, I started looking at other people who were annoyed. And I started looking at how many people were sharing these videos going, who does this guy think he is? I hate this guy, blah, blah. And then it was at that moment I realized, I was like, wow, this guy's completed it. Like, he's worked it out. He's realized that negativity spreads quicker than positivity. Yeah. Like, for example, if someone rapped a verse that was like, let's just say, like Eminem raps a 16, yeah? Like, and then puts it out like that, he'll get X amount of views. But you put Eminem raps a verse and falls off stage, you can bet your life 10 times over that that's going to get like quadruple the amount of views, because it's something that people can laugh at. It's not something that people can buzz off and support.
See, this is the thing though. See, I agree with that, yeah, but there's a caveat in that. So when you sacrifice integrity, you also sacrifice longevity. You also sacrifice your legacy, right? Wow, man's got bars right now. That all rhymed, did we? Wait, somebody write that down. That was cold.
Wait, I'll drop a beat.
And like, so you see that a lot, yeah. So you see a lot of guys that I know guys that 6ix9ine is a really good example. So you've got somebody who's in with the trolling, doing the trolling thing and has got to himself to a certain level, but at the same time, he went down certain avenues that really messed up his life. So, and a lot of people who go down that road, yeah, that's where they find themselves. They find themselves in a place where, yes, we're gonna click on you, but we're all laughing at you, and that might get you a bit of money for a little while, but at the end of the day, you got to live with them tattoos on your face the rest of your life.
And that hair, bro.
Yeah, like you might shave the hair, but he doesn't look stupid. But so guys like him, guys like Stitches, guys like whoever you want to think about, who is in it for the short term and has no substance. Because this guy is like no disrespect, Riff Raff, I got love for you, bro. But Riff Raff was kind of like the original troll. But the difference with Riff Raff, yeah, he was trolling with good intentions, and he was trolling with like, there's no malice in his trolling. Like he's having fun with it, and you're watching him and you're laughing at him, but there's no malice in what he's doing. Whereas with guys like 6ix9ine, you're mean spirited. People understand you like what's her name? Katie Hopkins.
Oh, I don't.
Cunty Flatkins, we call her. Cunty Flotkins, yeah? Like, she understands, yeah, that if she says something disgusting and racist, then people will go, on one side will go, you're a dirty cunt, and the other side they'll go, yeah, okay, cool. That's all good, right? You're bringing that negativity into your life, yeah? That's cool. But what you have to understand is one day you're going to get caught, and will it be worth it? Because there's going to be someone out there who's going to see you and be like, you know what? All that stuff you said. Tommy Robinson as well, same guy. You're putting that energy out there. The energy comes back, man. That's one thing I always say. Like, there's certain things you can do to get the hype and whatever, but you need to be very aware of the energy you put out. You might be somebody like 50 Cent who don't care, but 50 Cent already been shot 9 times, and you can guess why, because of how he is. You get me?
Right. Bro, I said, I was having this exact conversation with my friend the other day, and he thought I was crazy because we was having a conversation about karma, yeah? And I tried to explain to him, I was like, karma isn't this sort of being, yeah, that like, it's like what they did, what? Oh, I'm going round to their house later, I'm going to get them back for that. It's not like that. No. What I said is like, so the energy that you consistently put out, so when you put it out consistently, you attract the stuff that comes with that action. Yeah? 100%. So if you're out there putting out, I don't know, like, or everyone, all hail Jesus and blah blah, and you're religious, all the stuff that comes around and comes with religion, like, you're going to invite that into your life. Same with positivity. If you go out and do good deeds, you're going to be surrounded by people who do other good deeds, and then that's what you manifest in. But if you go out and you're just solely doing bad, and you know that I'm going to do this and that's going to, I'm going to make a little earner there. I don't care if I've screwed him over or I'm doing this. You're going to get the repercussions of those actions. Yeah.
And it's deep as well, because I feel like a lot of people feel like, oh, if I do something, it's coming back on me. Not all the time, man. Not all the time. I was listening to the way earlier. The skit on Kanyes' album for Rich Porter and them, man. And he was talking about how when they caught I can't remember which one of his they caught the guy's cousin anyway. Let me break it down for those who don't know. Drug dealer doing his thing. These guys are after him. They can't get him, so they get his little brother, cut his little brother's finger off. Say, yo, give us the money or we're gonna kill him. I can't remember if they kill him or not, but whatever. That's not the point. The point is, you're working in a world, where sometimes the consequences don't always touch you. They touch your kids. They touch your family. And my thing has always been, I don't want to be a gangster bad enough that my family get hurt. Like,
facts.
I was very young when a situation happened, not too far from here, where somebody did something and their whole family got clapped down. And I remember that vividly and being like, raw. Like, the guy had done something. The guys who he did it to were like, we don't like that. They came to his house. He wasn't in. They clapped everybody. Everybody in the house got clapped. I think there was even a kid that got clapped. And then you kind of just think to yourself, like, is any of what you got worth it? Like, where do you put the price on that? What's the, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's a lot with karma. I feel like the energy, man, I did my podcast yesterday, and we're talking about Trump, and it's just like, can you imagine waking up every day and having to deal with that hate all the time?
Bro, yes.
Like your kids, kids.
I bet he's. Bro, I bet any money he's just sat there in the seat with his finger over that red button, like, any day now, these motherfuckers gonna push me one step too far, and then we're all going. If I'm going, we're all dead.
And I feel like he's a sociopath here, so he don't really care. But I feel like his kids or his grandkids are gonna care. Like, you know what I mean? And it might be generations down the line. You know what I mean? Some little kid, 30, 40 years time. What's your name? Trump. What? Boom! You know what I mean? Like, what are you punching in my face for? Because of what your great granddad did.
It's
like,
true. It's true
karma's
story.
real, man. I look at America. America's falling apart because the whole of America is an Indian burial ground. It's a Native American burial ground. That land is cursed. That's why you won't see me there for no reason.
Wait, seriously, that's what I mean. Nothing but pillaging and bad stuff happened on there. Like, this is what I'm saying.
Baby,
Do you know what? I watch do you know who? If people haven't ever seen him, so I watch a lot of Daylight. Daylight, bro. I swear to God, that guy. He's like the second coming of Christ, bro. I swear to God.
He's the second coming of Lux.
I'm a big Daylight fan, bro. Big Daylight fan. I mean, he touches on this kind of subject all the time, and I think he's definitely something to watch. Like who's into that kind of thing. He's the one.
Whose freestyle was better, Daylight, LA Leakers, or Lux's Flex?
Oh, do you know what? It's a tough one, bro. It's a tough one because like I said, I am a Daylight fan. Like I've known Lux for longer in terms of like, you know, as a fan, but I resonate more with Daylight because whereas Lux is quite, you know, like he's quite sharp in front of the cam, like blah 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 blah. Whereas Daylight will literally tear it down completely and give you something completely different to what you're expecting. And I think that's why I sort of sit with it better. And in terms of his writing, I think that Daylight is so much more, because he's done pranks and stuff for so long and antics and stuff in everything that he does. He's kind of been saving this energy up.
Yeah.
And now he's got to that point now where he's like, okay, cool, now I'm going to show you like who I am. And I don't know, I just kind of sort of rate that. Like, you know, I just think that he's got more to offer, and in terms of that freestyle, yeah, I just kind of sit with Daylight a little bit more.
I think the difference is, I think Lux is like Lux he shows you the punchlines. So Lux, like sometimes if you might miss it, but because the way he said it, you're like, there was something there. I didn't catch it, but I know because the way he said it. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Your sphere. And you're like, wait, what was it? Oh, sphere. Yeah, I get it. Cool. Like, whereas Daylight, he'll drop a whole bunch and you're just like, you didn't even let me know what was happening. I had to go back and I was like, oh, right, cool. But you didn't even let us know. You were just throwing it out there. Like,
do you know why? Because I've tried to explain this to a few people, right? The best writers in the world, when it comes to metaphors, don't use the word like.
Nah.
Soon as you say like, you've cut millions of corners, like in terms of writing. Because when you write something, you want to deliver a metaphor that is basically like, when you listen to it on a surface level, it means like one thing, but then it's the subconscious level that you're writing. Like that's the intricate part.
Yeah.
As soon as you say like, you cut that out, and then it's just, you know, it's like, I'm hard like something, blah, blah. It's delivered in a different way. If you can deliver a punchline without it sounding like a punchline and it resonates people, it makes them go like, you know, they're sipping their tea the next day and they go, oh my God.
Yeah.
That was fire. And that's what I want. I don't want to hear the punch straight away.
Because to me, the punchline, the like, is the knock knock. Don't tell me there's a joke coming. I don't want to know there's a joke coming. I want to listen back and be like, wait, did you just say? Wait, nah. Like, and to me, as a rapper and someone who listens to music, that's my favorite feeling. And the way I write, I used to be a punchline rapper back in the day. Like when I first started writing, I feel like when you're coming up in the game, that's a sick thing to do. And even when I listen to like Dave, and Dave does a lot of likes, but Dave's quite clever with it. And also Krypton Conan do a lot of likes. but they're super clever with it, and they'll throw some other stuff. And I feel like on that level, that's the highest way you can do it. But then there's another level after that where I'm writing stuff that, unless I tell you, you're not even gonna get, because just because the way I wrote it. And some people will get it, but it's really written. It's written in a way that, you know what I mean. When I listen to Killer Priest, I remember listening to and Roots Maneuver as well. He's another one saying things, and you're like, you don't get it till years later. Like, wow, wait, did you say? I don't even get what you were even saying then. And to me,
seriously. But they're the ones. They're the ones. I mean, I used to listen to like years ago. This is years old now. But like when I first started writing, I used to listen to Chino XL.
Yeah, sick.
Chino XL, wordsmith, bro.
Yeah.
Like I swear to God, like I listen to that song now, and I'm like, how did I miss that one? Do you know what I mean? It's still there, and that was like what, 2006, 2000 something like that.
Yeah, there's different levels, man. Pen game, there's different levels. I say this all the time, man. Like, there's guys who just have that god level pen, and Daylight is one of them. Obviously, Lux is one of them, and guys from before that time, Raz Kaz, Chino XL. These, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of them. Cannabis is still there. Like,
mate, but bro, you missed Royce, bro.
Oh, nah, but Royce is now. Royce ain't dead. Like, Royce is right now. Like, Royce is.
Bro, how sick! Like, someone who is basically came out at the same time as sort of like Eminem.
Yeah.
But then he's only now he's reached that sort of point where it's like, wow, he is like God levels.
But I don't think he's trying to do that now. Like, I think he's on a total different thing. If it happens, it happens. I feel like he's not even trying to impress you with the words anymore. He's just trying to tell you things, and it happens to flow in the way it flows because that's so intricate, that's so intrinsic into what he does. It's in his DNA. So he cannot write a whack bar. He cannot write a bar that doesn't flow seamlessly. And when you listen to like the last album, The Allegory.
Yeah, I think so.
Man, this is like I listened to it the other day. Yeah, I was going somewhere. I was on M25. I'm listening to this album, yeah, and I'm like, this isn't. No one's making music like this. No one's touching this. It's a different level. And when he puts on like the Griselda guys on his tracks, yeah, it's so sick because it's like, I'm letting you lot know, you lot are running it now, but I'm still ahead of everyone. So I'm giving you, I'm literally giving you the platform just so I can show everybody, yeah, you lot are nice, but I'm Royce.
Bro, that tune, what's that song? Tabernacle.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Bro, Tabernacle's honestly it's the most crazy because it's the story behind the song. Yeah. That's the thing that like it blows your mind. Like it's one of the craziest story like telling tunes I've ever heard. Like it's insane.
He has one of them on every album, man. So let's talk about battle rap a little bit more, yeah. So you did a lot of, you got a couple of battles out there.
Yeah, I think I did like I'm not even sure, probably like something like 10, 11 battles, probably a bit more. I'm not sure. Yeah, bro. Like I love battle rap, but it's kind of something with me where what people don't realize is battle rap is very much like boxing. I couldn't describe it any better. It's like boxing because you kind of know your opponent weeks, if not months in advance. And if you're anything like me, you obsess over the battle. You obsess over the battle. And it's all you think about. All you think about, like I wake up every morning, you know what I mean? You like wake up in the morning, you know, you go and have a shower, you're thinking about the battle. You know, like you go and fucking have a piss and you stood there for an extra 5-10 minutes, just staring at the wall, just going over your bars. Yep. And like you're just solely obsessed with it. And I just find that like the reward for that kind of life is not the one. And the thing is, do you know what? A lot of these guys, and for example, like that Dialect is one of my boys, and I've been preaching to him about this for like a couple of years now. I used to say to him all the time, I was like, bro, you need to leave the battling world alone, like, because you spend 6 weeks like working for on this material for that one day, and then that day's over, and then your battle comes out. And yeah, okay, cool. It gets X amount of views. That's all well and good, but it's not on your channel, right? So
Yeah.
therefore, all those views that you've accumulated, it's great and stuff when you watch it back. But how many times do you watch a battle? What's the most times you've ever watched a battle?
If we're talking Lux and Cal, then I'd say at least 50 times. But I'd say like my favorite battles I probably watched maybe 5 times. Like maybe 5 times.
So imagine there's a party going on, yeah? Party, it's your turn now. You're DJ Spotify. You step up. Everyone's like, what's he gonna play? Like mysterious, like he's looking confident. What's he gonna play? Oh, I'm gonna put this battle on. I'm gonna put everyone tune into this battle. Everyone watch this. It's Calico versus Lux. You're gonna love this.
Listen, they better love
it. Everyone's leaving the party instantly. No one wants to watch and so it's for such a niche market for a specific time.
True.
I think battle rap was well popular, like super popular. Say 8 years ago, 9 years ago, it was at its pinnacle, like it was so popular. And I think around then it was good. The problem is everyone sort of, like you said, you know about the longevity stuff.
Yeah.
To a lot of people, they probably thought that battle rap was going to last forever, and they were going to be it's that. But for me, I've always been a musician first and foremost.
Yeah.
Whereas battle rap sort of comes second.
I think it's tough though, man, because I feel like battle rap has become its own thing. It's its own culture, and I do think the peak times as far as like eyes on it. But again, that's only because there were only really 2 main platforms back then. As far as like the world we're talking, like I'm not talking about the Japanese stages, the Russian stages, all those ones there, the Polish stages. But as far as like America, Canada, UK, you had 3 main stages. For the most part, kind of working together. But I feel like now there's way more people doing it. And the money, like the money they're making is some good money for a battle. And I feel like I put up a post a little while ago. This was a couple of years ago now, and I said I battled for 5K, and this was before, you know what I mean. I knew what.
Bro, there's no way you're battling. There's no way. You might as well call the nearest police station and say, "Oh, have you got a spare bed? Like, we're just gonna Genesis Elijah's coming through in a minute. He's just has to drop someone on the main stage."
But like, yeah, yeah. People around me wouldn't allow me to do that. But like even like now, I feel like if you're commanding the price you should be commanding as a battle rapper in this climate, you shouldn't be battling for less than 10 grand. Like if you're the top, you're the top battler because of just door numbers, streaming numbers, like you know what they're doing on the Twitch and all that kind of stuff. To me, I'm just like 10K should be the going rate. But I've always seen people battle for way less than that, and that's always kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And like you said, you're putting a lot of effort into it. So like I said, if I was gonna battle, I want a 3-month lead up, right? So I want a month to get my verses right. I want a month to learn it. Then I want another month to learn it backwards, right? So when I'm on stage, I'm ready. So I've got my 3 months to prepare. I'm doing all the extra bits as well. We're gonna do the face off. We're gonna do a couple of tracks, a couple of diss tracks in between. You know what I mean? Just to let man know and all the promotion for 3 months work. Like, boy, for 3 months work,
that's what I'm saying.
like you know what I mean? Like I need you got to give me 10 for 3 months work. You got to give me 10, and that's it.
And then, go on, carry on.
It just hasn't got to that point yet, and I don't understand why. Because I look at what I do by myself, yeah, and I understand how I monetize what I do as one person. If you can't monetize what you do with a group, with a roster of 20 to 30 artists, something's wrong. Like something is a bit missing. And I know certain people are really putting it together. We've got some smart minds putting it together. Like shout out what Shotty's doing. Like man's a genius. Yeah,
he's the guy.
But to me, he's the only one who's really thinking in that way and thinking like, now how do we really make it work properly over here anyway?
him and Briggsy together, you know. I mean, obviously you can't speak about battle rap without mentioning like
100%.
I mean I've known Rowan, you know, since what, like personally I've known him since like 2009, something like 2009, 2010. And you know, what he created in the UK, you know, obviously with the help of the team around him as well, you know, was something special, and it was the blueprint.
Yeah.
I think with Shotty's, the way Shotty and Briggsy and them guys, the way they've done it is they've took a blueprint, but they've put their own spin on it. But it's like everything in life, everything evolves.
Yeah.
So it's not like they've gone, oh, I'm stealing your idea. It's like something they've gone, right, how can we make this fresh?
Yeah.
How can we put a new spin on it?
Yeah.
So you can only commend that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's sick to see, man. Like I'm a big battle rap fan. I'm a casual fan still, but there's certain battlers that I love watching. Obviously, Shotty being one of them. Tony D on this side. There's actually, to be fair, if I start mentioning UK battlers, we'll go forever. But American battlers, like obviously all the big names I really like. Goods, the Animal is my favorite battle rapper. But it's just.
Yeah, I still love Charlie Clips, bro. Charlie Clips to me, he's such, like, on his day,
Yeah.
like you don't get more of an all-rounder, like who can, you know, like spit his whole sort of prepared material, but he can shake the room with a freestyle instantly, which he kind of relied on a bit too much sometimes.
That's the problem. I feel like.
But we're talking about pinnacle.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
When he was like, he was one of my favorites. When he used to really write, he was one of my favorites. And then when he started relying on him and DNA both rely on the freestyles too much. And I'm a fan of concise, well written verses. Yeah. So I don't want to hear, if I hear you saying a word that don't really fit right because I know you're just using it because it rhymes with what you're about to say. I'm like, nah, that's super lazy. I hate run-ups. I hate lead-ups. I don't want to know what's coming. I want to know. And if you're going to do that, there better be a whole bunch of rhyme schemes within it. And that's, to me, what that shows is a lazy writer, because what you're doing, you're leaning on your memory. Like, him and DNA have really good memories. And a really good example of somebody who has a really good memory and does what they're trying to do, but does it really well and hides it within the flow is Disaster. Because Disaster, to me, he might be a lazy writer, but I can't tell because of the way he does it and acts like it's a freestyle and it's everything all hidden in. Yeah, like to me, I love that. Like to me, I'm cool with that, man. Someone like Tony D, who's just giving you murderous, who's taking a writer's pen and bringing it to battle, is a scary thing. It's a scary thing to see what he comes up with. I'm just like, nah, you shouldn't be doing that. It's almost like you're saying it's a boxer. You're taking somebody who's been street fighting, punching holes in brick walls, then comes to battle, comes to box, and you're just like, nah, bro, that's not even fair. Shotty's another one as well. Shotty's another one because Shotty's like, again, it's like you've got an edge over everybody because you're seeing bits that they don't see, and that's why I think I'd be a sick battle rapper because I analyze certain things and I'm like, I know how that goes. I know when 40 Cal is rapping, he's trying to be a battle rapper. He's doing what he thinks a battle rapper should do. But it's like, no, don't do that, 40 Cal. Do what you do because you're a battle rapper. You don't have to do all that. You know what I mean? You can just come with yourself and, yeah, man. But we can talk about this all day.
Bro, 100%. I think the thing is, me personally, when I was battling, my thing as well was never to actually try and be the best. Even though like you're supposed to have that sort of mentality as a battler, my thing was never that. My thing was always to be respected by my peers, by the best people. And my last battle was against a guy called Carbon. Yeah. Like it was easily by far my sickest performance. Like washed. It was like 3-0 whitewash. It had people like even some of like the old school battlers like messaging me like saying, "Wow, like you know I haven't seen a battle like that in a long time." It was sick.
I had to watch that. I don't think I've seen that, man.
Bro, yeah, that's because fucking obviously with all that shit when he deleted one of the channels, that battle was on there, yeah. Which I've still got love for her. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Battle rap's not that deep to me because, like, but what happened was in the comment section, on that YouTube video, Shocks, he was the UK champion at the time.
Seen.
He basically commented on that battle and he said, "Fucking hell, Skrribbz is sick."
See.
And that was it. Done. I'm over it. Fuck you all. I don't care. I'm done. That's all I needed to know. That's the best in the UK at the time. The best in the whole of the UK. And he said I was fucking sick.
Shocks is a fucking monster, man. Shocks is a fucking beast.
But you know what? It's like I said, for me, it's like it's a drive thing. Like, I know for a fact, and I don't just say this just because I blow my own trumpet. Like, I don't say this from a standpoint of you know what I mean, like believing my own hype when it's not tangible. Like, my thing is, like, I genuinely know that on my day, like, if I was to actually put my time and effort into battling, if I wanted to, like, I know I'd be right up there at the top with the best, because my writing and what I do when it comes to my understanding of especially now, when I was finding my feet when I was battling and stuff, it's that kind of thing. You can't, it's like when you train in boxing and and you spar and stuff, if you get knocked down in sparring and stuff, no one sees that. Like, that's the sort of stuff that goes unseen. When you're battling and you're learning on the job, like, those battles are there for everyone to see. So when you're learning, like, everyone can see that. So I know that even though I've only ever lost one battle, but the only time, it's like when I look back on the old battles, I look back and I'm like, right, that was horrible. That was so bad. But then it's like, so now I understand it from a standpoint where if I was to battle now and it was something that interested me, it's a different ball game now.
So let's talk about before I let you go, I just want to kind of touch on where you are now and what you're doing now. So the last 2-3 years of music that you've been putting out has been to a super high level, and I guess, like, you've kind of turned the corner in the production and presentation of what you do. So what's next? What's the plan with that, and what are you trying to do?
So I've this last say couple months, I'm at that point. I think you'll know what I mean as a writer. When you write, you stay at a certain level all the time. Then all of a sudden you feel like you're getting to another level. You're going to that next level. It's like, it's hard to explain to people, but when you do something every day, or you do something for so long, any minute changes in energy in terms of where you're going, in terms of leveling up, you feel it. Like, you feel it. So I've basically been working behind the scenes for the past, like, month or two. Like, I'm sat on like 15 songs, but I've learned now that it's not about going, right, I'm going to throw this in an album and put it out there, because it's not about that. It's about picking your best songs, your best material, and releasing it in a full release, and making sure that you get maximum promotion for everything you release. Because as soon as you put it into an album and you put it out as one whole package, all your promotion that you do for that album is to cover all of the songs that are on that album. Whereas if you release them individually, you're putting it out and it's getting maximum promotion and attention. So that's how I'm doing things now.
I think one of the things that was going back onto this streaming issue, one of the questions was, how have the music platforms changed the game, and changed how music is put out? And I'd say that is the biggest thing that they've done. And it's actually quite funny as well, because this takes our conversation full circle. So back in the day, when Channel U was the thing, N-Dubz, Skepta, that side of things, right? One of the things that N-Dubz did, which was genius, was they dropped single after single after single. Then at the end of the year, put all those singles together and put it in an album.
Exactly.
So I did that on this one.
You cheapskate. You didn't.
That's how you did it. So, like,
it's the way to do it, bro.
And the funny thing is, what happened was I got on a roll with, like, the playlisting, right? So what it meant was, I did one track, it got playlisted. Then I did the next track, got playlisted, and I ended up with maybe 3 or 4 tracks playlisted, maybe 5 tracks playlisted. Put all those tracks together on an EP. All of a sudden, that EP or that album now has over 300,000 plays, 300,000 streams, because they all go together into one number. And I feel like more artists need to understand that's the way to do things. And I feel like it's a bit of a cheat code as well. And not enough people are utilising it. So me dropping my first single for that next album, Radio, me dropping that, it not doing too well. Like it did nothing really, but it's okay because I got 15 more of them. You know what I mean? Like, and then at the end of it, it's going to be on the album as well. Who knows what happens then? So you're giving yourself like way more time.
100%, and that's basically it. That's why I'm sort of picking and choosing my times now to release music. But I've got probably another 3. I've got another 3 songs which I'm probably going to release. I know 2 of them will be released this year for sure.
Cool.
The third one possibly. I'm not sure. It might possibly make it around Christmas. I'm not sure. We'll see.
See. Nice. So you got your future set.
Bro, all time, bro. You can't rest on your laurels. You can't sit back and admire what you've achieved, because that's when you become complacent and you fall off. Like, you just got to keep moving forward, people.
That's true, man. And like I said, like I've been watching you move. I watch everyone, man. That's what I do. I'm the watcher. And I like to see like how people maneuver in this game, especially with my inside knowledge of the game, because I know that things look a certain way on the outside, but they are a certain way on the other side, and that's cool. But I always feel like it's that whole thing of it's the perception. Perception is reality, and being able to carry yourself in a certain way in this industry goes a long way. And the way you've always presented yourself, the moves you've always made have always been really good moves. And it's yeah, man, it's good to see, man.
But especially down here, like I said, there's no game down here. That's what I mean. It's being in the game where there's no game down here. So it is tough, but at the same time, I do like to sort of differentiate between the two, sort of, my private life and as well as my music career. So that's why I tend to keep everything separate. When I leave music up in London 9 times out of 10, and when I'm here, I work in silent, and then if anything, I have to do anything that music wise, I tend to do it up there. Do you know what I mean?
Man, that's cool, man. That's cool. But bro, man, I want to say thank you for your time. We didn't get into something we were going to get into, yeah. But we're going to save that for another. We're going to save it for the in-house interview. We're coming back for those ones. I'm going to have you in studio properly when I get the thing in my... I'm so close to this, bro. I'm so close, yeah, to moving out of this place, getting another yard with a studio ready to go.
Let's go.
Like, that's what I'm waiting for, man.
I'm coming up. Wait, and when that happens, I'm coming up and we're doing that collaboration that's been in the pipeline since 1995.
Listen, I'm the easiest person to get hold of, bro. You know what the problem is? This is the problem. The problem is with a lot of us here, because we're too close in it, so we know we can always do it. That's the same way me and Tony D, no songs together, because it's like, bro, your brother in it, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do it whenever, but. Yeah, man. And next time I'm down your ways as well, man. I just shout every time I'm down with you, down your side. Yeah, you're up London.
No, always. You're here. That's what happens. You come down here, you eat some ice cream and a pasty, and fuck off.
Hey, listen, man. That's my spot. Like, man, don't know about Cornwall, Oh my days. Yeah, nah. Next time, man. Next time.
Right, anytime. You're always welcome.
Nah, love, brother. All right, stay on the line, man. Let me say goodbye to the good people, and then we'll we'll get it popping. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for staying in, checking us out. We are live 8 o'clock all this week. We got guests every single day, Monday to Friday. That's how we're doing it. It's lockdown, isn't it? So until December, this is where to find me, where to find the hottest music, news, entertainment. And also, let me know who you want me to talk to, man, because I'm just hearing it. I can talk to anybody you want. So don't hit me with no stupid names like Drake and Busta Rhymes, yeah, but like people I can actually get hold of. Let me know who you want me to talk to. But stay safe, stay blessed, and until tomorrow, peace out.